Yo, have you ever looked around and felt like, okay, how's everyone else got motion, but I don't? You felt like everybody else was getting the accolades, they were getting the blessings, they were getting the promotions, they were getting the nice car, the nice house, the things that you wanted. And you felt to yourself, God, alright, I'm putting in the work. Why am I not getting any of these blessings? Well, this is what we're going to talk about today. So, lock in, let's go. Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy Ran Inspires, aka the little engineer that could, and welcome back to the YouTube channel where all we do is give practical advice to engineer success in your life. So, as you can tell, I'm trying to stay as consistent as possible, but I haven't given one of these long form videos in a while. But if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, make sure you share this with somebody and tell them to hit that subscribe button, because I'm trying to grow this page. I'm trying to get this page up and running, and I promise I'm going to stay as consistent as possible. So you're going to get the content. It's going to be coming your way. All right. Now, as I mentioned, I want to talk about that feeling of, all right, God, everybody else is getting their blessings. When is mine coming? And what that does to us and where that comes from. All right. And what we can do to shift our mindset when it comes to that feeling. All right. Now, the first thing first, let's talk about what it is. We feel hurt. Let's be real. We feel hurt. We feel like, all right, God, I've been putting in this work. I've been grinding. I've been praying. I've been faithful. I've been trying to be a good person. I've been having good morals and values. I've been having integrity. Why am I not getting the results that I initially thought I would get when I started this journey, when I started doing whatever, when I put in the work? Why am I not getting those results? And then we look around and we see people who may be putting in the work or not putting the work, getting the results. So we feel hurt. We feel like, all right, why? Why is this happening? So in Proverbs 13:12, it says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. And look, a lot of us are walking around with our hearts sick. I say us because I'm part of that too. And it's not that we come from a place of, all right, I don't want those people to get their blessings. Or you might be saying, it's not that I don't want them to win. It's just that I want to win too. Right? And that's what envy is, which is a sin. That's what jealousy is. It's that somebody else winning has now made us discontent with our lives, or make us aware of a lack, or make us feel a way about a lack, right? Something that we're lacking. And it hurts. We just have to admit that it hurts. The first thing is identifying, yo, right now I'm being jealous. Right now I'm being envious. Right now I am hurt. Okay? So just admit it. And it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're not putting in the work. It's just that you feel like your efforts are going unnoticed. Right? If you could relate, drop a fire in the comments below. And it just feels like, okay, why am I not getting more motion? Why am I not getting more traction with this? So that's the first thing, right? We identify what it is. We either jealous, we're either envious, but we all know we're hurt, right? Now, the second thing is what we did. We started to look around at other people. Comparison cripples. And what the enemy does is the enemy wants to get us comparing. The enemy would put it in our brain like, all right, you see that person over there, they did X and they got Y. You did X, you didn't get Y. I wonder why is that, right? Put those seeds in your head, and now you looking and comparing yourself to other people. And it's very easy in the social media age Because what we do is compare other people's highlights to our raw footage. I'll say it again. We are comparing other people's highlights to our raw footage. We haven't done any editing, any highlighting, any brushing up, any touching up, but we're comparing that footage to somebody else's 1 minute reel where they show how beautiful their life is. We're not even going to see what's really going on, right? So that comparison really is a thief of joy, thief of contentment. Just stop the comparison, right? Because you can't chase other people's story and expect to live yours, right? God wrote your script. And if you're so busy comparing scenes, you'll miss your role. I'll say it again. If you're so busy comparing scenes, you're going to miss your role. And in your life, you're the main character. You do not want to miss that role. So let's ease up on the comparison, all right? Or the comparing. The next thing is what we do. Whenever we feel like this, we're hurt, we're down, we're questioning God. What we do, we start scrambling. We start taking things into our own hands, right? So what we do is we forget that we're supposed to be moving off of faith and strategy. So we start applying for jobs that we shouldn't be applying for. We start chasing money that we have no business chasing. Not the money, but the way or the fashion people are making the money. We start doing those same things. We start trying to repeat what we see those other people doing, right? They're getting the results. So we're trying to do or mimic what they're doing when we don't need to, because we forget that we're supposed to be moving off of faith and strategy. So we start scrambling and being reactive as opposed to taking a step back, moving off faith and strategy and being proactive. All right. So that's one of the things that I want us to remember. We should not be scrambling, because I'm going to put it like this. Movement is not always progress, right? We know this. Movement is not always progress. You could be stuck in one place. And hustling from a place of fear does not produce any peace. I'll say it again. Hustling from a place of fear, from a place of reaction, from a place of comparison, never produces peace. And we'll leave that there. All right, the next one that I want to talk about is the shift. So a shift has to happen, okay? A shift has to happen here in your heart. So in your mind and in your heart. Now, the reason why we feel hurt is because we feel like God owes us something, right? It feels like, God, you owe me these blessings. I've been putting in this work. You owe me this. Horrible mindset to be coming from, right? Because faith isn't about our surroundings. It's about our awareness of God's presence. So, if we're aware that God is in control, and we're aware that 1, God doesn't owe us, and 2, God is in control, then we have no reason, right, to panic when we don't see the blessings, when we don't see the promotion, when we don't feel celebrated, when we feel like no one sees our value. There's no reason for us to panic for those times, because we are aware of God's presence and God does not owe us anything, right? So Psalm 23:4 says, even though I walk through the valley of death, I'll fear no evil, because God is with me. If God is with you, who can be against you? Now, if God is with you, if God is for you, don't you not think this season might be a season of development? That's why blessings are delayed. Full circle moment here. Don't you not think that those blessings are coming, but God has to refine you before he gives you those blessings? Because look, many times we get those blessings and we fumble it, we're going to fumble it, right? If God's supposed to say, okay, I'm going to put you in a position where you're going to be in charge of, I don't know, a $5 million budget or a multi-million-dollar company, or I'm going to give you, for people who are influencers, loads of followers, we'll fumble it. Or I'm going to give you brand deals, or I'm going to give you, a house, a car, the nice car. We could fumble it because we weren't ready for that blessing. God had to do development on us before we get those blessings. But if we rush the process, He's not going to get the period of development, and we're going to get the bag and fumble it. All right? So don't mistake silence for absence. Don't mistake God's silence for absence. Don't mistake stillness for stagnation. And the last thing I had written on here, sometimes God hides you to develop you. So when the door opens, you're not just available, but you are ready. Okay? Okay. The last thing, before we wrap up, I'm going to try and keep this short. Thrive where you're planted. So, okay, we understand that we needed to shift, right? Because faith isn't about our surroundings. So now what we need to do is thrive where we're planted. The goal isn't to just get to the next level. The goal is to thrive in the level we're at currently. Because you never want to go and get ready. You want to get ready before you go. All right? Wherever the next level is, you want to get ready before you go. You don't want to go and then get ready. If God wants that for you, that's what it will be. But for now, get ready and then go. All right? And Jeremiah 17:7-8 says, "Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord. They will be like a tree planted by the water that sends out its root by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green." So you might not be where you want to be, but if you're planted by the stream, if you're thriving where you are planted, I can assure you, you're becoming who God needs you to be. Now, that's all we could ask for, right? So don't wait for the blessing to come for you to start thriving, for you to be doing what needs to be done to get to the next level. Don't wait for the new car. Don't wait for the new house. Don't wait for the new position for you to start acting a certain way, to start thriving, leveling up, okay? Doing what needs to be done. You say you want to go to the next level. What is the next level? All right, what is the next level? And maybe I'll do a video on that, forcing yourself to get to the next level. But what is the next level? What do you need to do? Do you need to read books? Do you need to go back to school? Do you need to start saving? Do you need to stay up later? Do you need to wake up earlier? Whatever it is that next level. Thrive where you're planted. And when it's your season, listen to this. When it's your season, God will elevate you without you having to force it. I'll say it again. When it's your season, God will elevate you without you having to force it. All right? So, I will close with this. Keep it real short, this video, as I'm getting back into these long forms. But I want you to know that you're not forgotten. You're not behind. You're not unseen. You are in a season of development. And this is just as important as the next level. This season will be the season where you're transformed, where your skills are refined, and you'll be ready for the next level. So you're not in a season of delay, you're in a season of development. And we'll close it like that. So I just want you to know that stay focused, stay inspired. It's your boy Ryan Inspires. And look, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on Instagram. And let's continue to grow, continue to become the best version of ourselves. I'll see you in the next video.